Oh boy, we got BDS waiting in the finals, as is tradition here in Europe, and we've got SK versus Solary in a very split desk, a very split chat. We should have a very excellent match in store for us here at Chiefs.
It was very split yesterday. You and I had the pleasure of calling that as well, and something you had to notice yesterday, Astral and Shawset absolutely on fire. Ixo didn't really have the support behind him whenever he found himself in control on offense, so that's really where you're looking to see the changes for SK today. You need to find a way to get that transition going and stay there.
We'll see if they can do it. Reminder, SK did get swept by Solary yesterday. That was a best of 5 though. More games to work with here now in the best of 7. Spare chases this one down, Tox. Soft touch across, and here comes some pressure from Tox on his own touch. Yukio getting a demolition onto a backline defender, gives him a bit more time on offense. Astral will take to the sky though, sends it towards the goal. Tox up for it very quickly. Ixo to stretch for it, sends it back to the box, and I love both teams just, they're getting the touches and said, hey, let's just put it on target from wherever we are, force you to hang back in your half, slow things down.
And there you go. You say they need to slow things down. Shawset immediately doing that, recognizing he had a little bit of extra space to work with there in the midfield, and it's allowed Solary to have the time and the support there in the midfield. Astral one step too slow, and Shawset again in charge of buying some extra time.
Farah had such excellent positioning on that wall to get a pass down to his teammates, but they covered it up on the front line. And SK will dodge being scored on here. Astral passed one. Shawset to chase this down with Tox in tow. He's going to try and create some chaos on his rotation back. Frontline defense from SK looking solid here in the beginning of game 1.
And something you'll remember from yesterday's series as well in terms of what Solary was doing incredibly well, more particularly just Astral, who's a phenomenal third-man role. Great decision-making in a lot of defensive scenarios, and as soon as Solary scored, he tended to be the one to get up there out in front of the plate and start wreaking havoc on that transition game. Shot from Shawset denied by Yukio, and again, Astral finds himself all alone on defense, and he will make the clear and the pass and secure his own boost.
Here's Farah up against Yukio. Approach halftime. What has been a very even game so far. No team really gaining an edge. 2 shots and 2 saves for both sides. Yukio puts it away. Shawset out of his corner. No immediate pressure. Tox going to try and play second touch. Gets it onto the backboard, and Astral's got it away yet. Farah quickly in tow behind him, but Astral's holding on to all of this. He's got a quarter tank of boost to work with as he falls back down. Gets a flip reset off the ground, and Farah going to be able to get another stop here in the midfield. Try to keep this pressure on for just a moment longer. 50-50 is going back and forth between these teams. Neither team really gaining a foothold.
A couple of really nice blocks there from Yukio to buy the extra time there, and Ixo again on transition, but with no options. He might be able to muscle it through one, but there's just nowhere else to put the ball, and he's really, back when he was on Galaxy Racer, they worked so much havoc out of the corners because they were so good at having that player out in the midfield and getting that demo, and it is indeed going to be an Ixo, just able to skip one right down the seam.
The demolition here that was the very aggressive third man there, and neither player going to be able to catch up with the ball. He barely puts it in. Ixo scores the first goal of the series for SK.
Great start for SK. It was a tough one to find opportunities on target yesterday. Here they actually currently leading the shot total against Solary. That does bode well for them making adjustments. Shawset and Astral run into each other and gives Ixo a chance, but too quick on the recovery. Astral keeps it out.
Ixo well positioned there, not expecting the double commit, and then trying to collapse on it just in case a secondary mistake gives him a free goal, but not really a lot of room given how far he has to travel upfield. And we will see Solary recover just fine. This one dropped it from Astral. Oh, I had no anticipation here, because how does he get this angle?
This is a pretty shot. I mean, it's not a bad touch from Tox, and he just makes that snap read off of that Shawset pass. And the thing you have to notice about it was how quick he jumped for it. As soon as that defense sees Astral jump, they know that they're going to get beat to the ball, and it's all about his mechanics and making the proper adjustment to let that ball bounce back to him and twist that one behind himself into the net. That's a pretty shot.
They're so fast. They are so fast. Astral reading that one. Mic drop indeed on the goal explosion. Oh dear. Shawset gonna miss. Here's Farah though to put more pressure on. Ixo off the demolition will be the first to the ball. Misses the midfield, or misses the corner boost though. He has to backflip to it. Probably Tox buys him some time, but Solary now putting pressure on. He's got to reach for this one in the air. And coming into the final minute, tied up at 1 apiece. As Ixo, nearly redirects this one into an empty net, but just barely wide. Astral will hold on to control pass Yukio. He's got Fair in the midfield to pass to. Goes for the shot himself. No, drops it to Fair. Gets both defenders to bite on it. Yukio will collapse on it on the rotating third man. Ixo now putting more pressure onto the backboard. Nobody's home for it. Yukio's up for it. Demolition on the goalie. Yukio can't sneak it under. Tox will find it on the third shot. 2-1 lead SK.
They caught him on transition. They got real aggressive for that play, and they both commit for this ball. Farah actually doing the right thing there, recognizing Shawset was about to get demoed, so he tried to do his best to cover up. Unfortunately, too slow. Astral rotating back from beyond a reasonable range just due to a challenge earlier, and just not enough time for Solary to recover.
Here's Yukio on to 2. Shawset gets control, takes it to the corner. 25 seconds left. SK holding on to a 1-goal lead. Can it survive the last 18 seconds? A demolition on the Ixo will open up some space, but Tox wins the challenge. It goes to Fair. Up to Shawset. He's trying to get under the backboard. He thinks about it. Fair's going to go for the double tap himself. Drops it into the box. Tox clears it away into an empty field. This will burn a lot of time as Yukio keeps it high in the sky. Shawset wins 1 challenge. Astral's up for it, but he basically needs to hit the shot on this touch. Sets it up for Fair. Onto the backboard. Looking for the double tap. Goes for the fake. Here's the shot from Shawset. No way! Let's go to overtime.
Oh, wow. You didn't know what Farah's plan was here. Yeah, try and score it, but Yukio, that one hurts. He's the only guy with a chance at it. You gave Shawset the second look. Straight under the bar, tied it up.
And you see Farah cover it on the backboard as well, just in case the shot was slightly too high, he'd be able to jump off it and dunk it down in. What a setup. And Solary have us into overtime in game number 1. Tox with 2 players in front of him. Now Farah off the wall. Shawset's airborne as well, looking for the aerial pass. They get onto an empty backboard. Here comes Astral looking for the final shot. It's just a bit high, and Ixo will sneak it off to the corner. Fair with more pressure at demolition to open up a bit of space again, but Tox has control of this ball. We'll get it a long ways down the field. Ixo, not the best boost situation, but he does pick up the midfield and looks for an opening here. Astral's not going to give him one.
Everyone on SK so far been making great follow-up touches on a lot of the challenges they've had to go to, even if it hasn't necessarily resulted in a clear or the ability to break out of their own half and stay there. They're definitely making the touches that need to be made to stall Solary when they're on defense.
Astral through 1. Fair looking for goalies. Ixo got back quickly.
We got bumped.
To dodge the demolition, but here comes the more pressure. All 3 defenders
panic.
gonna bite on it. They'll shoot back post. Farah gonna be able to find the angle and take the win in game number 1.
Ixo panics here. I mean, he gets bumped off that play, and he doesn't know if his teammate is recovered, and he's only got 35 boost, so he just jumps back and tips it out into no man's land. But everyone on SK really just got lost in the sauce there, so to speak. Just too much chaos right there in front of the net, and no one able to make a good touch, and they paid for it.
Some demolition, some zones as well from Astral, helping kind of slowly, with micro adjustments, pile the players towards each other. So then the one touch on the backboard just forces them all into an awkward situation. They're not able to communicate clearly. And Solary, the 0-second goal on what was a beautiful setup. And still, honestly, like, even at Farah's pass on the backboard there is... It's the right decision, but it's such a risky play because you saw Shawset, he catches that ball millimeters from the ground.
Yeah, it's a tough one there for Farah because he only has to react to that touch that Astral gives them at 0 seconds. It's kind of this slow floater into the midfield, and he's obviously racing to be the first one to it because he knows that everyone on the defense can see that touch from Astral, so he's got to race to that one. So it's real tough to keep a tight line to it and give yourself that double tap opportunity. He did the best he could. And just credit to Shawset for being ready for the follow-up. And like you said, Farah recovering nicely on the backboard, just in case. And they earn the 0-second goal.
Which, I mean, you know, backboard hits, you know, crossbar shots have been pretty common today. So understandable. Farah being like, hey, let's just hedge our bets a little bit here. Give ourselves the best chance of getting overtime. It works out, and then they score the golden goal. They'll take game number 1. Now looking for 2. What a catch from Shawset. Pass Tox over to Fair on the outside, but Yukio will meet him wheel to wheel. And then pinch on the wall. Goes back to Ixo. And never mind.
Wow. Gotta love the challenge game right now from Solary to open up game 2. Oh, normally Ixo, he's got such a big brain when it comes to throwing defenders off the scent, but Farah, oh man, you just crushed him right there, and nobody, be it Tox or Yukio, in position with enough boost to feel confident challenging that one, and Solary open up the scoring.
Now, Tox still nearly blocks Shawset on the actual shot itself. No, Shawset's placement just a little bit too good. Solary will enjoy the early lead in game 2. Tox over the top. What a drop down. Here's the shot, but blocked by Astral and Shawset now looking for the counter.
Oh, they're going to get scored on.
Oh, it's just in. It's just in from the corner.
Oh, this was a beautiful laydown from Tox, and it's only unfortunate that Yukio his positioning was a little too tight. It wasn't a good spot to react to a challenge. And Yukio could tell a challenge was happening, so he starts turning back there on the midfield line in case it goes wrong. And that means he's not in position to actually catch that ball going across, and then he just got the catapult over his head.
Shawset with the recognition from his own half. Hey, the howitzer will do it. 2-0. Solary, both of them from Shawset here in game 2. Astral now. Slow play. Looks over one. Yukio down the field. Farah will have to rotate out. So here's Tox splitting into the backfield. Okay, Astral. I wasn't certain if Astral will get back in time, and the answer is absolutely no. SK on the board.
I think Astral got played a little bit there. He was following Shawset as support for that challenge on the side wall. And he kind of expected that ball to either run up the wall or just to have defense from SK just win it clean through, and it kind of just skipped off the wall on him and right around where he was headed. So Astral getting one too many steps out in front of the play.
SK trying to play some defense here. Yukio goes into the box. Astral to Farah here, and he's going to maybe connect with Shawset. No, just dumps it to the back line, and Shawset puts some pressure on. Here's Astral now. Let's go with a loose ball. Gets 2 goalies to bite on it. Can he gain control? Look at that. Wow. Back down to Farah. No. Ixo will intercept the pass, but still Astral with excellent ball control there on the wall. Now SK.
Stall.
Now just trying to get out of the back of their half.
This is tough if you're Solary. You're not really in a good spot, and these blocks aren't helping. Ixo again trying to tie up a couple people. He leaves Tox completely uncontested. He has to be buying time. He had to have not felt confident just trying to rip a shot from the midfield line, and I think that's why he let that one roll.
Yeah, there were 3 defenders in front of him, and they were all facing the correct direction, but you know at least 2 of them are low on boost after that situation, and you can get a triple commit out of them there. It's an interesting decision, but it's the one he chose to go with here, and at halftime, they're trailing by 1. They'll get more opportunities. Astral to the backboard. It'll be Yukio. What a shot. Shaw sets it very far back, though, and will play it to the outside. Tox now trying to connect with Ixo. They're giving him some space here. Just pitches it on the ground, gets 2 defenders out of it. Astral just follows right behind the ball. Wins the challenge against Yukio. Shawset's going to open net to shoot at.
He missed it.
Oh, he did. He put it in. I thought Tox might get back in time. The camera deceiving me there. 3-1, Solary.
Oh, Yukio actually did everything right. You just got to give credit to the speed of Astral on defense. I thought Shawset missed that. I was completely wrong. Well placed. I should have never doubted you. I'm sorry.
He's been accurate. He got the hat trick here in game 2.
Yeah, that's his second goal from his own half now.
Yeah. And Farah now trying to make it 4. Yukio gets a block. Astral's falling back. Shawset should be airborne for this, and he will be. There's the shot. So we'll get the save. Shawset looks at the pump on Tox, clears him out of the way. Oh, they can't stop. They just zone him all to death.
You can't stop Astral, man. I mean, it's frankly just a bad clear from Ixo. He doesn't have the best line on it, and he doesn't really have boost to make an adjustment. So there's kind of not too much he can do about it. It's just the clear's not good. Just pops straight up, and Astral has all the time in the world to dissect the defense there.
Well, and Shawset goes in and just pushes Tox out of his goal, says, hey. I mean,
it doesn't help either.
Man, it's like you're just not allowed to react to this. Just completely open net. 4-1 now, Solary. And what was a very close game number 1 that took quite a buzzer beater to go to overtime. We still got a few minutes left to go as Ixo will steal the goal.
Yeah. This is Yukio's goal all the way. I mean, he just sees Shawset there near post, and I guess Ixo did do his job. He did get the bump on Shawset, force him into the back of the goal. So, all right, fair enough. I guess you have some entitlement to some of those points.
You know, and honestly, the respect of, I bumped this guy to the back of the net, but who knows how good his recovery is. Maybe he actually gets back and makes the save. Let's put this over the top of him for just a second.
Take it away.
I don't mind the secure at all. 140 left to go, only down by 2. SK with options. Shawset trying to get it through. A demolition from the Farah in enemy territory. You would think it was a demolition onto the defenders. As SK starting to get more physical, Farah demolished again. Ixo now, the pass down to Yukio, but Astral's there, just sends it to the goal, and Toxic's got to make the save, dives across, stops it. Now Farah onto the backboard, looking for goalies himself. Chaussette will just place it well, oh, just a bit high, and Yukio clears it away. Astral in on another challenge, back and forth. 1:08 on the clock, approaching the final minute. SK trailing by 2.
SK kind of running into that same problem that they did yesterday. They got the transition, but it's really not much time with the ball. And here, that was actually their best chance yet on transition. Beautiful pass out to Yukio, but defense too strong in the goal line. And second chance, he's going to own goal it. Nice shot, Astral.
No. Oh, it's tragic. This is what, how many touches was this?
I think it's 1 from Yukio and 2 from Astral. One, two. Yeah.
Oh. Just delete the VOD. We didn't see it happen. A 1-goal game now. 48 seconds left, and SK is happy to take that and run with it here. They have got, suddenly this game is so much more doable.
Oh yeah, 40 seconds, that's all the time in the world, especially when you know you don't have to hold anything back. You can get real aggressive there and try and put that pressure on. Ixo wins a big challenge, popping it straight off that back wall, and Tox trying to keep a little bit of space between him and the ball to see if he can make an adjustment and throw off some defenders. And this is a good push for SK, but does it amount to much?
They're over 1, 18 seconds left. The own goal making things significantly closer, but still SK does have to score at least one more. Send us to overtime. Farah through the sky, into the box. Ixo, oh, he's backwards. He's going to try and catch this. And now goes for the dribble. The flick over 1, and Chaussette there to put it over to 1. Yukio to Tox. 1 shot left. And
wow!
No way! I can't believe it!
2 in a row. 2 games with 0-second equalizers. Farah's position pretty good. I mean, Astral's not in a bad spot. It's just that's the only gap in the net, and Tox needs to drill it straight. That's a tough shot to force the offense to make. Low into the left-hand side of the net. You risk bouncing it off the floor, and Tox delivered, and flip reset denied by Astral at the start of OT. That's K Gaming. What a pullback.
Solary drops a 4-1 lead, and now we're in overtime, a second game in a row. After buzzer beaters, 2 games in a row. Man, they said it was going to be an even series on the desk. I didn't think about this. Ixo off the ceiling looking for a crazy shot, getting it over towards Tox. There's Farah, just booms it to the back, and SK, we're in overtime, so I expect them to have a slightly more passive position than normal. 2 goalies up for this, they'll block it. Astral keeping the pace on the ball, and Tox to try and transition it, but still, 2 goals have gone in against SK in this series with just long-range open nets. So they need to make sure they're keeping a player back.
And so far, that player has been Tox for SK, consistently finding himself in the damage control role. And so far, as this game 2 has gone on, doing an admirable job of it. Ixo gonna buy a little time with the pass to himself, beat out Chaussette, and we'll see what happens with SK here, is wanting the sword with that demo on Farah.
The pass that already happened. Astral picks up in the corner now. Chaussette there. I think he grabbed the corner boost, now looks for some zones. This should be an open game, but Astral puts it off the post. Had so much net to shoot at for Astral, a vanilla shot, and he misses.
Jeez, that's not one you see often, for Astral no less. I mean, you're right, that was pretty much a gimme for a guy like him, but play happens quick sometimes, not able to line it up. Now he's in a one-on-one, right towards Tox, and easy save for him.
Quick pre-jump from Tox, gonna get the save. Yukio gonna chase this one down up against Astral. Astral gets it underneath him, does not get the second touch, and Tox will try to connect with Yukio upfield. Yukio now out of boost after having to reach for that. Farah booms it over the top of him. Farah does a limited amount of boost onto the backboard, so we'll get there in Chaussette's position to receive this. He's up for it now, 2 minutes into overtime.
And SK really starting to lose that boost battle here on their own half, and that miss from Yukio doesn't help either, but it does turn into at least a little bit of distance with Ixo's follow-up touch, and you just got to worry about getting all your boost taken away with all these touches going left and right across your net here.
This just feels like a matter of time. They're losing the boost game, and they're also losing, because of they're losing the challenge game, so much pressure. Here's Farah up against Tox. Onto the backboard, Farah going to make Tox super loose, but Chaussette covered up from behind. And now Tox, finally the ball will cross into the blue. How does Astral handle this? Farah dribble to midfield. Getting challenged alongside Fair. The 2v1 will go in their favor, but it leaves Shawset the only player grounded. Now to the sky, up against Deeks on the backboard, traps it dangerously. Fair and Astral going to try and close on this one. Neither player really confident who's supposed to go for this. So it slows down the offensive drive for just a moment as we cross into our 3rd minute here in game 2.
Oh, the speed, does he have it? Oh, he tries to just stuff Tox on the goal line. Shawset, little break check to see if he can set up Farah for one last look. Couple of bumps on the goal line, and Yukio will just float that out to the corner. And SK Gaming, what a defensive stand they've had to put up here in this overtime. Pass to Farah, and again, snuck aside. Ixo may be able to work a transition here and finally get them out of danger.
Man, 12 saves so far SK has had to put up in this game. And I think the highest scoring game of the day. Tox plays it back down the midfield line on the edge. Now Farah with 3 players in front of him. A flick over 1. Yukio falling back as Tox will rotate out of goal. Farah goes to Shawset here. Challenged by Yukio. Excellent aggressive challenge. Nearly gives his team an opportunity on offense, but Tox, what a half flip to save that one. The midfield shots again, keeping him honest, forcing SK to keep a player in the back. Is Ixo now challenging Shawset? Oh, the challenge goes Solary's way. Ixo's putting more pressure on him, and Tox has to rotate it out as Yukio moves out of the corner.
Gotta check your blood pressure after this one if you're SK Gaming. It's been heart stopper after heart stopper so far in OT, and Ixo, he got him! Oh my goodness! You have got to be kidding! How does this even come off the car that hard?
It's a pool shot own goal!
Oh my gosh!
What? What is happening? An absolute... So that one, obviously, of the goals that we saw from Solary, not the most guilty, but still a bit of an implosion here. A 3-goal lead, 1 own goal, a buzzer beater, and then the overtime, whatever that was, later. And we've got a tied-up series. SK win game 2, 5-4 in overtime. That's
clearly the key to victory is if you hit the 0-second equalizer, you'll eventually win the overtime. That's what I'm taking away from these first 2 games.
Yeah,
One way or the other. I mean, thinking about that overtime winner from Ixo, you can't really fault Solary's position. I mean, Astral's pretty much got Ixo on lock. He's ready to go challenge him. It's just the perfect storm of one to go perfectly wrong. Here's a 0-second equalizer, and that is a tough shot from Tox coming across the ball like that and drilling it low into the ground. That is a hard one. Well played.
Man, I genuinely thought when the pass happened that Tox had put it into the ground. I didn't even think of, but given I was on one of the players' perspectives in net, it didn't even look like the ball was on target. Tox, well done. They get his team through here. Ixo scoring the overtime winner. We got a ball game. Both teams with an overtime victory under their belts and a buzzer beater to boot.
So what happens in game 3? I mean, you can't expect SK to continue to allow all those shots on target, and they're going to make sure that doesn't happen here in game 3. Tox going to get the muscles going, open up the scoring.
Yukio, what a dunk on Farah, and Tox has a pretty standard shot to hit there. Yukio passed the ball across, Farah goes up to save it. Yukio chased down his own touch and is able to dunk Farah to neutralize that ball and give them an opportunity for goal number 1. Oh, Astral. Shawset set into an open net. Oh my goodness. What is Astral doing? He's so good.
Perfect kickoff here. Just floats over the follow-up of SK and Astral with the control. I mean, just make sure that Yukio doesn't get that ball out into the corner for safety, and just happens to go just far enough that Shawset playing support again for Astral as he was yesterday. Able to find another nice shot, tie things up nice and early.
Oh man, is it in? Oh, so close. Follow from Ixo. Up into the box. Astral's going to get in the way of Yukio, but Tox is here. Off the bar. And Yukio will play it away. Shawset now onto the backboard for Ixo. Here's Tox onto an open-ish net, and it's been 3 goals in 43 seconds.
All right, it's feed Tox if I'm SK Gaming. That dude's got an eye for the net right now. A perfectly placed shot considering Astral heads up the back to try and give himself options for where Tox can put it, and Farah's coming across from the right-hand side. He's striking the ball beautifully right now.
Man. Game number 1, a 5-goal affair. Game 2, a 9-goal affair. And here in game 3, already 3 goals. And we're not out of the first minute. Shawset down the field. Ixo Hitting his brakes in the midfield. Popped to the outside, but Farah there with control. Into the box and cleared away by Ixo. Shot set to Farah now into the corner once more.
Gotta buy time here if you're Farah, and how can you do that when Ixo's so quick? Again, leaves Astral one-on-one, huge block, but second chance here for Tox.
Tox, the key shooter for SK. That one going just a little bit wide. Follow from Astral, getting it through two players. Tox out of the back line. Gets to midfield. The play from Shawset will loft it. Now Astral through one. Quick flip on this one, but Yukio wins the challenge on the wall. And the challenge game getting better and better from SK as the series goes on.
Absolutely. I mean, they were in that previous overtime just getting crushed on the challenge game, specifically in their own half. And you can see there, what a save from Ixo. Great pass from Astral. You can see Solary trying to take advantage of a few more passes as they're still able to find a way to box SK in here.
Astral into the backboard. Farah looking at Ixo's touch. Pass two, here's Shawset into the corner. Yukio getting challenged by Farah, goes neutral. Farah out of boost, he'll rotate out. Astral passes it across the Shawset. He's airborne forward up against Tox. Back into the box. What shot placement. Farah coming through, but it's still, again, low on boost. Rotating out. There are they two off. Astral puts onto the backboard. They're needing a follow-up. Here's Tox. Oh, they get the cover. Here's Yukio in for a third opportunity. Farah gets it away. Shawset now with a full take of boost, looking for the counterattack. Gets it on the top of one. Just needs to tap it under. Oh, what a counterattack. We're tied up.
Astral recognizing the danger, able to make two big stops on his goal line, and then Farah and Shawset, specifically this shot from Shawset, that's his second one in this series, placed right under the crossbar, just out of the reach of the defense, and what a transition goal, and what a stop.
Shawset had one chance and one placement for that was basically undefendable, and he did not miss. 2:05 on the clock. Solary not going away. A extremely even series despite some variance sending us all over the scoreboard. At one point, a 3-goal lead from Solary in game 2. But still, this has been where we've hung out for the majority of the time.
Up, I think. Okay.
Tied up. Shawset was in net. It did look very dangerous, though. Shawset now demolished. Here's Farah down the field. 1:40 on the clock. Astral with control in enemy territory. Two defenders challenging him. Looked for the bump to get off the ball, and Shawset now puts it on the backboard. Farah's up for it. Got two players in front of him, and Tox will get the clear.
And right now, Solary camped out on those midfield boosts at the side of the pitch. That's letting him stay on offense for a long time, and it's putting a lot of strain over on that SK defense to find a touch to clear the distance and have enough boost to hopefully get your hands on that next challenge, which right now, it's generally coming at the hands of Astral, and with how fast he is, he's a tough guy to beat to the ball first. That demo may help.
Demolition on a Shawset, opening up some space. Here's Yukio with Tox up in front of him, frees up Ixo, but Ixo hanging out in midfield. Now Shawset to the outside. And here's the problem, Chiefs. Right now we're tied up, so I guess we can't still have a buzzer beater, but we can't have a buzzer beater that sends us to overtime. Trend's gonna break. Here comes Shawset looking for a late goal. Finds number 90. No, just wide. And Ixo will push it to the outside. And Astral gonna try and clear it, but Yukio takes it away from him. Less of the pressure. The pressure gonna weaken here from Solary for a moment.
Yeah, especially Astral kind of pulling himself off the line there, but they do get those boost steals, and that means that they get to stay regardless of whether they're in position or not, just because SK doesn't have enough in the tank to really get after one.
25 seconds left. We could have a game-winning buzzer beater. We'll see what happens. Here's Astral.
Those are just as exciting.
Those are pretty cool. Astral off the ceiling, but Tox takes it away from him. Didn't quite flip back to the ball. Fair now looking for Astral in the corner. He'll back pass to Shawset. This might be disastrous, though. Ixo through one. Can't get it through Astral on the side. 4 seconds left. Shawset up against Tox.
Oh, no.
Farah maybe looking for Shawset on the outside, but Shawset doesn't have enough boost to make the play. Yukio over to Tox towards the backboard, and Astral will get it off the side. Ixo's up for it. And to the corner. Overtime, a third game. How about it?
You have to believe it. I mean, they all played 1-goal games yesterday, and today has been just as tight, but still feels like Solary overall having the edge in terms of overall pressure, even if it's not turning into super quality scoring chances. And when there has been quality chances, both teams have been making the big defensive block, and a lot of the goals this game have really kind of just come of crazy challenges, maybe one good shot, depending on the the opportunity given, it's not been a lot of massive outplays. It's just been victims of happenstance on defense as Astral is right here, and Tox is gonna make him pay.
Tox hitting the hat trick in game number 3 for the win. And SK, after not picking up a game yesterday, have two games of the series and a 1-game lead going into game 4.
I mean, Astral's headed up the wall there because he has to. He only has, you know, around 20 boost or so. It's not like he wants to put himself flat-footed on the goal. He's trying to give himself options there, and as we alluded to earlier in that game, Tox, he's finding the net if you put him in a spot like that, and he nailed a banger into that right-hand side, so SK Gaming refusing to go away despite the sweep yesterday and showing you that, yes, they can win a game against these guys.
No, and I think you pointed out yesterday as well, Farah, a huge key for this Solary offense. How well do they play? I think you pointed out Farah versus Tox, I think was the exact delineation you made. Or was it Ixo was the player you talked about here? Well, Tox is picking up the reins right now, and Farah is still a little. I'm gonna pay attention here in game 4, and it's like to Farah. Is he like am I noticing him struggle here, or is he just because he seems to be playing the positional, rotational third man game that he's so good at? Just fine. There's not been a problem there. Problem is Tox is really nailing the net.
Yeah, Tox is definitely finding himself in that third man role, and if he's given a chance, even with defenders in the net, he's absolutely nailing it. Not a lot of quality setups for SK, but it's kind of those, you got to make the shot to beat the defense, and Tox has been nailing it.
Well, here comes Chaussette, who's also been on fire, scoring the vast majority of goals for Solary in this series, if not all of them. I need to go check. Here's Yukio off the backboard, just barely missing that one, bumping Chaussette away, and Yukio looking for the back pass to Tox, just gives it to him and lets him take it to the backboard. Astral dismounts, takes control, Tox will get it off of his hood. Yukio gonna come in on the challenge, and Farah gonna neutralize it. Now Tox, 2-man offense driving through here, and Ixo's happy to just hit in the backfield and pick up the back pass. So much pressure from SK at the beginning of game 4.
Ooh, oh, unlucky. Ixo was aiming for a pinpoint in the net right there and just missed the mark. Almost had the recovery to get the second chance because that had Solary in all kinds of knots, and Baron Chaussette mis-execute a little pinch there and give a little space here to SK.
That's a mind-frustrating one, but they'll recover from it and get it to the backboard. Chaussette in between 2 players looking for the interception. He'll find it. Farah now up for it as well as Astral. 3 players airborne for Solary, and here comes SK trying to punish. Oh, what a touch from Tox. Nearly gets the flip reset he can use. But is immediately bumped off the ball. Now Ixo to the corner. Astral's there. Through one. No, not through him at all. Farah will put it back in the box. Astral's reaching for it with no boost. And Yukio gets it through him, but Chaussette on the triple threat. Keeping the pressure on. Now looking for Tox in goal. Just barely doesn't find him.
Takeaway touches for SK Gaming. It's damage control right now, and this is where they've got themselves into trouble, and oh my gosh, Astral missed again. Farah comes up empty as well. Wow.
So close on that, but still no cigar as demolitions rain on both sides. In game 3, we were 2-1 at this point already. Here in game 4, slowed down significantly as both teams playing tighter defense. Farah puts it to the sky, chases it down. Tox will beat him to the ball and neutralize it. Now Astral with control. Yukio takes it away from him, and Chaussette aggressively positioned will have to back off just to pick a ball.
Great read there from Yukio. You got to get the ball out of Astral's hands, because yesterday he was an absolute wizard when he got possession, and even still he's trying to work it.
You cannot give him time alone with the ball, especially in the air. And here at halftime, the most even slow defensive game we've had in the series so far. Every game, at least 5 goals so far. So Yukio, what a touch. Tox gonna stretch for this one. Blocked by Farah, falling from Ixo, though, onto the backboard, and Farah's there again. The defender standing up strong.
Yukio, that was a real tough redirect to ask. It was going for that. It's coming across your body, and you're trying to hit it straight on line as you come under it. Unfortunately, just didn't quite have the angle as Astral throws one off the wall. Uncontested shot for Farah, and put that almost halfway up the backboard.
Chaussette trying to get back to this one, see if we can find a pass. Tox will collapse on him. Farah now towards the goal. Ixo gets the save. Yukio looking for the clear, and Farah keeps the ball away from him. Nice challenge from Yukio to Shawset. Shawset has half to take a boost. He wants to reach for this one, but he's taking too much time. No, has he? Oh, gets 2 goalies out of it. Open net here, but Farah is nowhere to be seen. Comes in slow after the double commit had regrounded themselves. We're able to form a frontline defense. Now here's Tox. He's been accurate all day, and up for 90 into an open net. He'll score first.
That goes back to that midfield thing where you said Farah came in a little late. I think it's because he thought Shawset was going to turn on that challenge in the midfield, where Shawset was thinking, I'm just rotating out and grabbing the mid boost. I'm expecting you to come and fill the gap. And there's just that little bit of extra time that they're not there covering the challenge. Lets SK out, and we've seen Tox when he's got that one-on-one, he delivers another one.
The winner of this series gets to play against BDS in the finals. Both teams would love that opportunity. Solary has been having one of their better regionals since signing with the team. Solary, the players, it seems has consistently struggled when the spotlight is on them and when expectation forms around them. You heard Gibbs say that he expects this team to do well because for the first time they have been the favorites and have been getting the sweep still. Here now, again, small favorites in the series, and SK is showing us a completely different series on day 2. 35 seconds left. Solary yet to score in game 4. Nice dribble. Shawset puts it on target. No, just a minute. Oh, he gets the double tap. Doesn't even care that Ixo's there. Tie game.
Oh my gosh, Astral. Talk about working the space on transition, and what a double tap from Shawset. Oh, you knew it was going to be something when Astral took that big cut out to the right to set something up. Ooh, you love that one.
Brilliant. Brilliant stuff, but SK's not going away just yet. The 1-goal games continue here. Tox to the goal. Farah, the outside. Savior medal here in game 4. Oh, onto the top. Yukio finally finds the backboard. What a double tap.
Is there a Fields backflip on the goal line? There's Shawset and Farah, and they get stuck right here. Yeah, okay, Astral, he's actually right. Astral knew he wasn't going to actually make it to that ball off the wall, so was just trying to recover. And yes, it was indeed. What a double tap from Yukio. Well earned, SK.
Shawset not able to get there in time. 12 seconds left. SK with the 1-goal lead for the majority of time in this series, and then it's taken away from them immediately. They get it back. 4 seconds left. We've had 2 buzzer beaters. Can we make it a third? Ixo to the goal. Astral away to the corner, and Farah's going to keep it alive. He doesn't touch it there. SK take game 4 on match point going into game 5.
And this one is a crucial one here for SK, because this was pretty even. It really did just come down to 2 little tiny mistakes from SK. And I would hesitate to even say that second goal was a mistake. I mean, Yukio just saw a small gap on the backboard and accelerated through the play. I mean, he just made that double tap develop so quick that the defense couldn't do anything about it. But that first one, that little hiccup from Shawset and Farah in the midfield, let SK off the hook there, and Tox again delivered a big goal. So this was a tight one, and just one little mistake. And even though Astral and Shawset set up a beauty of an equalizer, not enough.
Not enough, and here, I mean, geez, it's felt very even. We felt like Solary has been in control a lot of the games, but a reminder on the score, Solary won game 1. It has now been 3 games straight of SK victories here, 2 of those in overtime. I'm actually surprised Solary didn't take a timeout in between games 4 and 5 here, but here we are. SK on match point, 1 game away from a match against BDS.
Astral's made the switch again. He's gone back to that NASCAR Ford Mustang.
Oh, let's go.
And we'll see if the pace it brought him yesterday is still there today.
It's a monster flickmobile. Let's see if he can find that power and put it to good use. Lofted a shot from SK. Astral and Shawset on top of each other. The ball does go to SK half. Now Astral through the sky, letting that one loose. Here comes Farah off the post. Shawset on the follow-up, gets it through 2 defenders. That's SK down, dropping a goal here early in game 5.
And Ixo, I think, a little bit scared there of what Astral might do, so he was kind of waiting on the goal line to get ready to defend perhaps a flip reset or something, and recognizing too late that Astral had kind of lost control, Farah was right there to pick up the slack and set up Shawset in a very tight window to get that ball through, but squeezed it right by, and first goal to Solary.
Nice kickoff start. Solary as well. Quick demolition on the Astral, changing things up. He gets back up, though, following the respawn. Farah through one, chasing this down onto a backboard, and Ixo followed up. Clears into the corner. Shaw set monster clear and Tox with a read. Ixo's going to try and collapse on this one, and Astral gets it behind him. SK did an excellent job just causing chaos here for Solary. Solary just having to play anti-SK touches. Just try to take the ball away from them rather than actually develop the field in their favor.
Keep away is definitely a good strat on defense. Even if you're not necessarily able to get the ball out of your own half, you'd much rather you be the one taking it across left to right than the opposition. And it's a good way to get yourselves back in order on defense. As Chaussette trying to muscle one through the what? Tox, did you just smash that over your teammate's head into your own net?
I'm going to show you this goal replay and just without the name tags, and then make people guess what rank we're in here. What did I just watch? I'm angry now.
Why?
From the corner into the goal, that was dumb. Just super dumb.
What?
Let's all forget that happened. Okay, cool. Wow, somehow they got a magical second goal, and Fair now going to try and catch this on the kickoff. Talks to the outside. And pass one, Ixo now in the air. With Yukio lurking in the midfield with a full tank of boost. Ixo doing so much work, and here comes Yukio looking for that first goal. Passes it off the ground. It's off the crossbar. Follow from Tox. Oh, it's wide. Ixo's not going to be able to get past Astral, and here comes the counterattack. And Astral gained enough control on this one. No, he uses all of his boost just to get it past Yukio, and we'll slow things down for just a second, but what a drive from SK.
That was the position where Tox has been on fire. I mean, that uncontested look, and all he has to do is put it under the crossbar, and he's been nailing it so far, but he might have lost a little bit of that focus after just... We don't even talk about what that happened was earlier.
that which will not be named. Here, Tox up against Chaussette. He's got one player in the midfield looking for Yukio.
There we go.
No connect. Excellent pass. The one shot he gave him, and Yukio didn't miss.
Recover it. Chaussette definitely in the one-on-one here. He's trying to buy time. He knows he can't afford to challenge too early in case he gets beat, so he elects to let that pass come across, but Tox... I mean, that's just a beautiful play out of the corner, keeping it high and most importantly, getting across the net with pace. It's real easy to get a little lazy with that pass and give Chaussette an opening to jump up there and get that, but pass was too quick, and Astral by himself, Farah in charge of buying extra time, and again, Chaussette one-on-one ripped right at him, and this is going to be a tough second save. Yukio right down the middle, Astral able to float one out for Tox, and this one probably going to stall out here on the goal line.
I don't know. Here comes Yukio again. They've got a lot of pressure. Tox had so much boost to reach that. Yukio gets it across the box. Tox is there. What a save from Chaussette. And now Astral looking for the counterattack. Ixo will stall out the midfield, trying to turn this one back around again. More pressure from SK as they try to tie this game back up.
Oh, a lot of bumps there from Ixo trying to throw some wrenches in the gears of the defense, but not enough. Fair to Astral, and they're out.
Ixo on his rotation back on top of the midfield boost pad as it spawns. That gives them, along with some other solid retreating techniques from the rest of the team, gives them more control. Here's Tox. Brilliant pass, but not able to quite take the shot or connect with another teammate.
Ixo's been taking on that role that Astral was playing yesterday in this series against Solary, where he's like, all right, I'm just going to sit on defense and make sure that I've got the speed to get to the ball. Unfortunately, Astral doing it a little bit better there. Solary still trying to work their way out. Bump from Ixo, just mistimed it.
Here's Astral, wins another challenge up against Ixo now. Looked for the dunk, but Ixo manages to glue it to the wall. Now Farah out of the backfield. 1 minute remaining. Solary with a long road ahead of them. They got to win 3 straight here. Game 5, a nice place to start. The only place to start.
Oh, Astral.
Couldn't gain control. 45 seconds left. Tox into the midfield. Yukio's up for it, up against Astral, and again, Astral just can't lose a challenge.
It's got such great recognition as Ixo, a little floater out into the middle, and no demos from Ixo either. Don't know if SK really have the legs here. They've got the people, but can they get the pass?
Yukio trying to fall on this one, but can't get it through Astral again. Astral winning challenge after challenge. The stock car paying off dividends here as Tox will deny the goal.
They might get him here.
Through this guy, he's got Ixo on the retreat. Back across the goal. Where is Tox? Hanging in the back and gets beaten by Fair. This one's into the goal. Oh, they'll get some security. 11 seconds left, and Solary's up by 2.
You ask me, I think Yukio was trying to let that double tap go because Ixo had jumped for it and was ready to score it. And I think Yukio just accidentally got that second hit off the wheels and just pinged that ball right back across. And unlucky for them, because that means Solary brings one back.
As the clock hits 0, that will secure game 5 for Solary after dropping 3 straight. They'll find a second win to be friends with game number 1 here. And they nearly find one for the road though. Solary gonna take game 5 going into game 6. They're gonna need that win as well.
Criminal. Astral there at the, again, bottom of the scoreboard, considering how much work he was doing on the defensive side of things. Farah and Chaussette, yes, well-played game offensively. You can't win without goals, but there were some big breakups from Astral on defense there. Always able to take away a critical touch at just the right time and work that ball out to the midfield, even if they didn't hang on to it. Got him set back on defense, and huge game from him defensively.
I'm telling you, that NASCAR Ford Mustang feels tall and wide and strong. I think it's an excellent car choice here, and he definitely showed it off. I don't remember watching Astral lose a single challenge. The shot from Yukio there. Excellent stuff there, and then he had a pinch off the side. I think Tox gave people at home can't see the in-game chat, but Tox gave him a nice shot for that pinch. Nice shot indeed.
Wasn't it? I didn't even notice it. I was too busy thinking about how that goal probably shouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
But Farah, fair play to you. Excellent goal. Let's see it. We're at what? Game 6 here? Must win for Solary. And they looked good in the previous game.
I anticipate one of the teams taking a timeout if Solary wins this game. Doesn't really matter which team. Both teams will get to make use of the time. But if not, it's SK. Again, they've got 3 opportunities to win the series and go play up against BDS. That was the first one, and now here they are in the second one.
And I'm curious to see if they keep Ixo in that third-man role. He was doing good, but I just get the feeling that Astral is simply better than Ixo at that role, and you have to feel like Ixo might be better served somewhere else in rotation. And how about this shot from Astral? Skims it off the hood to the back corner.
What a play. Set it up himself, and then Farah gets the pass down to him. Can we say aerial doink? Is that a thing? That was the slow motion of the replay. His car's just sitting still in the air. That was pretty.
Juicy one from Astral, and more importantly, the placement. Gotta love it. Second chance on kickoff denied by Tox, and SK Gaming on notice early on. Pass to Ixo. It's too far in front. That was it.
Love the idea. Execution leaving just a little bit of room to be desired, but Yukio's up for this one on the double tap. It's off the backboard, and Farah will get to the ball first. Tox in the backfield, picking up his corner, and getting hounded by Farah, who's out of boost and now looking for bumps. Can't find Ixo, and Ixo will clear it, but Chaussette in the midfield. Stall things out, just slowly pushing this ball deeper and deeper with better and better positioning from Solary. Here's Farah off the backboard. Yukio's not going to be able to get up in time to intercept it. 2-0 Solary.
Big win here from Farah against Tox. He missed that catch, and there's that bump from Chaussette. Yukio knew it, had to get back, and well-placed ball from Farah. Easy to overdo it right there and smash it off the bar. Tilted the car back a little bit, had it come nice and soft off the wheels, and squeezed it right under.
Astral on the wall, gets it past Tox, takes it to the goal, and Yukio will get a block. Farah, past one. Chaussette loses the ball to Ixo. And given how the things have slowed down in the scoring department, a 2-goal lead might seem a comfortable place. Don't let it distract you from the fact that Solary did drop a 4-1 lead in game 2. This series not over at all. SK absolutely could take this one.
Pass to Chaussette.
Here in game 6, but here's Chaussette looking to extend the lead even further off the wall, and puts on the wall again, just could not get the angle for the shot. Was hoping for a different bounce. Now looking for a pass to Astral, possibly. Takes it slow. Lofted in front of the goal. Astral's up for it. He's got Farah behind him here. They might get another shot as long as the clear doesn't come through. This one across the goal. Farah's going to look to try and give it to Chaussette. A fake from Tox. All he's got to do is just drive backwards.
Nice game management again. Chaussette really nailing the challenges out of his corner pass to Farah, and he goes high. If he shoots that left post, that's almost certainly a goal, but he's trying to just get the shortest line to the net and skied it.
Solary lighting it up. Tox in the corner. Here's Farah. Up against 2. Into the corner again. Yukio keeps sending it that way, and now out of boost. He'll get the clear down the field. Ixo reached for it, but missed, and now it's all up to Tox in the backfield. He'll play it to his corner, hounded by Astral. Astral will take the boost, gets the pass down to Farah, and Chaussette. Both players miss. Open field. Astral manages to get one block. Tox will look for the pass across to Ixo. Can Ixo get the pass back to Tox? Now in front, with one player in front of him. He's got 2 now as the Farah closed in from the corner, and Astral was able to tackle. Love the pass game from SK, but sick rotations from Solary to get back on defense.
And it was the right play from Tox there, not to try and force that. Just make the challenge go out sideways. Maybe your team will have time to reset at the midfield line, and it's exactly what they've done here. But Astral again, such a tough guy to get the ball by.
Shawset airborne. And chasing down this touch. Farah got a demolition. But Ixo off the backboard, and Astral closing that as well. Farah's going to be alone back here. The rest of the team closing in on it, and SK taking their time, passing the ball. Astral with 1:30 left to go, a 2-goal lead. Starting to look better and better for Solary. Double commit on defense. Can Talk take advantage of this? Shawset will get an excellent touch. Puts it nice and high. Yukio has to use so much boost just to reach for this, and Farah still beats him to the ball.
Oh, good read.
Through 2.
That's a demo as well. This could be good for SK.
They've got a nice setup, but still, well, they had the good setup, I feel like, given where they had forced Solary to be, but 2 of their players were faced backwards in their own half, moving back for boost. There was only 1 player that was a threat. And the final minute, they're going to have to kind of send the house here. Oh, nope. No. Oh, no.
Nope.
Okay. So Astral finds the tap off the ground. The defender just doesn't know what to do with it.
Forget sending the house. Just get the pause button ready. Astral just put you on notice there. 3-0, 48 seconds. If you make that comeback, I will be impressed.
I'll be very impressed and very excited because, oh, man, that would be wild. It's Farah. Get the neutral off to the side, and Solary have just tightened things down after some craziness in the first few games. This one's felt significantly more professional, outclassed is the wrong word, but there has been a difference in the speed and the accuracy and the challenge game from Solary.
Absolutely, and it's definitely led them into a good recovery as well. Remember, they were down 3-1 in this series. They could have very easily bombed out right here in the semifinals, and Gibbs said they struggle in the spotlight. Well, they find a way to keep themselves in it. Force game 7, and we'll see if there will be a pause from one of these teams, because Solary fighting all the way back and with a nice shutout to boot.
Running that one well to Jorby called it. We're going to game 7. And it's, at this point, does feel a bit like a coin flip, but this is the decisive game at this point. SK will take the timeout as we go in to game number 7. Both teams will have some time to think and to strategize. Solary, maybe I'm trying to think back through previous regionals of whether Solary oftentimes does take their timeout, because I was very surprised after game 4 that they didn't take the timeout at that point. But SK here, going to take this one. We know Snasky loves to talk to his players. Seems to be getting them hyped up here as we go into game 7, but closing out the series is literally the definition of the good teams in the RLCS. Solary wants to really shake off this "we do poorly when the spotlight's on us" pressure. Winning game 7 here is critical.
Well, SK has 2 problems. Good news is they're both the same thing. The problem is that they're named Astral and Shawset, because they are not losing challenges very often. They're playing an incredibly strong positional game. Astral is really, I'm not going to say skating by, because he's just that quick. It's just his positioning is so aggressive, and because he makes the reads so quickly, he's very tough for SK to really get a leg up on any situation. And the Shawset just so rock solid when it comes to buying time, if it's on offense or defense. And he's been doing such a great job in the game management department, and Farah's kind of just been floating around the pitch. Wherever you need me, I'll try and be there for it. And so SK, that's really all they have to contend with. They can figure out how to at least manage the challenges with Astral and Shawset better. They're going to be in a great spot. And sometimes you can't help shots like that from Astral, but it didn't really matter because they didn't get many shots on target in this game anyway.
No, we saw some good passes from Farah. He got an assist on 1 goal. We saw him to hit the double tap there as well, and that has always been the if Farah is feeling good, if Farah is getting involved in the offense, you better look out for Solary as they are popping off. Astral and Shawset, to flip those syllables back around. Shawset there, always threats here, but when Farah is starting to get involved, not a good sign for SK going into game 7 that Farah is on the scoreboard. But everything new here, a fresh 5 minutes. And we've seen a little bit of everything in this series. Own goals on both sides, craziness, forced pool goals. What a save there. And Shawset now off the backboard looking for a double tap, getting blocked by Yukio. SK's feeling just fine on defense.
Beautiful read from Yukio to start off Game 7, and a chance at glory and also more adversity. BDS is not a team that many people would feel confident facing, but both of these teams absolutely want the opportunity. They've played a phenomenal second day here in the European Major to get to this point. And they're looking forward to the chance. Pass to Toxin. Astral, I think he might have got mind gamed.
What happened here? Farah, they're up. Astral turns on the goal line. And
he was absolutely playing Tox's shot.
Wow, they're inside out, not going to make contact, expecting Tox to get involved. And the original touch goes through. SK, start on top.
Big
5 minutes.
Big opening move for SK, considering you got shut out. Now you get to put Solary in the hot seat.
Oh, Farah trying to ground himself on the wall and just drop the ball into the box, but no good. Astral's challenge in the stock car continues to be so strong. This ball crosses, a bump onto Yukio, but Ixo and Tox will handle the game while he's loose. Shot set up against Yukio, past one. Here's Astral in the corner, reaching to catch this ball. Nearly gets a good second challenge, but Ixo will get final touch. Now Farah into the corner, trying to set up Astral on the far side. Off the backboard, Shaw second to be airborne for it, but it's awkward, and Ixo to put pressure on him. Astral out of boost, has to rotate out, but so much pressure here from Solary. So they've kept this ball trapped in the orange for 30 seconds or so. Yukio now gonna dribble across the midfield line and win a challenge here as well. Grab the back boost, break up the clear, and now looking for the touch himself onto the backboard, into the goal. Farah makes the save on the goal line. What a play from Yukio from beginning to end.
I think Yukio did everything right except trying to score it, but here he's gonna get it set up from Tox, and this time, yes, absolutely try and score it.
Well, he did try and score it. It just got cleared by Farah in the top corner. Yukio coming alive in Game 7, scoring both goals with excellent placement. 306.
Massive challenges. Huge plays from Yukio to break him out there. Turns in a second goal, and now if you're Solary, now the doubt starts to creep in. Is this another one? As Astral trying to make sure that's not the case. It's going to go to himself off the bar, and they cut the lead in half.
Astral wiggles the finger at him. No, 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 we ain't done yet. You forgot I'm still here. Crossbar down past literally every player on the team. 1-goal game, so we're approaching halftime.
What happens? I don't even know. I just want to see it. 2 minutes and 54 seconds. The world could happen.
Both the teams playing the best. The bounce field, pass the shot set, play straight into Tox. Oh, what a save. Diving across the goal. Tox now to the outside. Play drops it back down. Yukio, long touch down the field. Tox gonna try and find a redirect. No, Shawset will get it away from him. And now Ixo onto the backboard. Astral disengaging from the net, taken to the sky. And we've crossed halftime. There's Tox, the outside. Shawset will take things out of his corner. Lofted high, Farah alone with the ball, and he's got two players upfield. Shawset will look for the redirect, gets two defenders out of it. All three players tangled up here. A one challenge from Solary would be as good as a goal, but there's nobody there for it. They get the dribble all the way down. Shawset makes the save on the goal line. Yukio putting more pressure on, trying to set up Tox in the midfield.
Ixo is trying to make that look as confusing as possible for the defense to read, and he is hyper-focused on just making sure nothing gets by that midfield line for free.
Here's Tox. Off the sky, Farah keeping it high. And Ixo to drop it down. Astral to the outside. 1:40 on the clock. Solary on a nice dribble play from Astral have made it a 1-goal game, but still trailing. Yukio out to Ixo.
Oh, they caught him.
Now Ixo will get back in time. Now Tox through one. Oh, and look at him stopping here. Farah and Shawset have to quickly turn on this one and goal. Tox with another demolition. Ixo putting more pressure on him, and Astral again, the last player back for Steve.
And here's really where Astral has the opportunity to show you what he's made of. You know he's going to be playing the deep role, which means he's the first one in transition, and Shawset with a bullet under the bar. Ixo, he was kind of just cruising here up the right side, thinking, oh yeah, I'll get Farah's touch. But it's a tip right down into the middle of the pitch. No one on SK seeing that one coming. What a touch from Farah.
I think both Ixo and Yukio not communicating there out of their peripheral, expecting the other to stay on defense. Ixo goes for boost. Yukio goes midfield. And there's just nobody in the back third. Nobody in the box, rather. And we're tied up in the final minute of Game 7 in a series that started off with 3 overtimes. Might we close it off with one? Here's Tox. Long way down the field. Shaw set through one. Tox out of his corner. Keeping it high, taking to the sky behind. His Astral's there to challenge him off of it. Now looking for the bump. He gets it on Ixo. Looks for Yukio as well, but doesn't find him. Now Farah winning the challenge. Shaw sets up for it. Descends into the goal and in! 28 seconds left. Solary's on top.
It's the demo from Astral on Ixo right there. Throws Yukio for a bit of a loop. Steals the opposite boost and stops the guy rotating into net as well. It's the demo on Ixo that really made the difference, though, because he spawned and he could not get back in time. Astral opening up a huge door.
28 seconds left. Can they hold on? Not only did the series start with 3 overtimes, it started with 2 buzzer beaters. Yukio onto the backboard. 15 seconds left. Tox is there. Shaw set gets in his way. Ixo's rotating around. 10 seconds left. Fair with a miss. Here's Astral to the sky to burn time and look for security. Drops it up against Ixo. He's forced to make a save. Yukio against Shaw set.
Tough
time
one.
is expired and it slams to the ground. Solary rally back 3 games straight, and it'll be Solary versus BDS for the grand finals.
Wow. Gut-wrenching for SK. You start off 2-0. Hold it for forever. And then you just get outscored 3-0 in the final couple of minutes. Chaussette firing bangers at the goal. Astral with a massive setup at the end that nobody on SK could do anything about. What a way to battle back for Solary.
And if you are a Solary fan, this is the best news. You see your team pop off 4-0 in the group stage in day number 1, and then here managed to rally back in a difficult series up against a hot team, and now they get the chance to face off against the Titan of the region. Can they knock off BDS? It'll be Solary versus BDS in the grand finals after this.